Nestled deep in the woods of southern Ohio, you will find our little paradise called Spud Run Golf. Some might call it a dream come true, a pilgrimage like no other, or a golfer's paradise. We just call it home. Now that another wonderful season is here behind us at Spud Run Golf, it's time to start thinking about 2026. We're going to go over 4 main topics. Why did we build this? Can you build this? How much did it cost? And most importantly, how do you reserve Spud Run Golf for you and your friends in 2026? In order to start this journey, we need to go back 7 years. Heck, maybe go back 40 years. It feels like I've spent my lifetime preparing for this opportunity. Since a teenager, I dreamt of having something like this in the backyard. I had these vivid dreams. Slight dogleg right downhill, par 5 with a creek to the right side, but I can close my eyes right now and I can 100% see that dream I had. For the first 20-some years of my adult life, I often spent time wondering if that dream was obtainable. I also spent those years accumulating all the equipment and knowledge that would become important once the opportunity presented itself to build this thing. 7 years ago, Father's Day weekend, we were able to purchase this 140-acre slice of heaven. And after a year or so of putting together some buildings and some of the infrastructure, I got started on the golf green. I can honestly say the golf course construction was one of the coolest and most fun things I've ever done in my life. And I've done a lot of cool things. The playability of the course took about a year or so to grow in, but I can still remember that first mow on that golf green and all the grass was terrible. It was thin, but I remember that feeling and it was so awesome. It was so pure. While building the golf course, I was showcasing it on our YouTube channel called Karen Creek. It's more like a farmstead type channel. I quickly realized that was the wrong place to show the golf course construction. Those guys didn't care about golf. They didn't want to see grass or building a golf course. They were more interested in the farmstead stuff. Why I say that is important, because it did get enough views that a local guy would reach out and say, hey, can I come play your backyard golf course? Then I'd get somebody from 2 hours away. Then it was 4 hours away. Light bulb moment quickly went off when we realized that this little thing might be special enough that we could create some type of a stay and play package. It was quickly obvious that people were willing to travel long distances to come and play here. It was getting very popular. There was this nasty vacant house that sat next to us. It sat empty for several years. I mean, it was just in complete disarray. The bones of the building were good, but the rest of it just needed tons of work. My wife Kim and I decided to try to buy it, and to sweeten the deal, when I went and talked to the guy, I even took him a cherry pie. But it failed. And wouldn't you know it, just a few short months later, my brother-in-law sends me a message. It was a Saturday night. He says, hey, there's a property beside you for sale. What's about that? I looked it up. I emailed the realtor, offered full asking price that night. Monday morning, she gets back to me and she said it's already under contract. And what's shady about this, the guy that came out of town to do the appraisal had made the offer on this place, ended up getting it. And what the kicker was, I reached out to him. He says, sure, I'll sell it to you for $20,000 more than he just paid for it a few days ago. It was one of those situations where damned if you do, damned if you don't. So we went ahead and pulled the trigger on that property. This was in the fall of 2021. I quickly got to work in hopes to have it all ready by the spring of 22. Let me tell you, it was a trying task. Lots and lots of work. It was still fun though. I am fortunate enough that I didn't have to pay a lot of professionals to do most of the work. I was able to do it myself, what we like to say, in-house. This saves a lot of money. We also used trees from the property I cut up on my little sawmill for the interior siding, the exterior siding, trim, stairs. If you ever get a chance to stay in this B&B, you will feel the story that it does tell. That's the nuts and bolts of why and how we build it. Number 2, can you build this setup? Due to our decent social media following, I often get asked this question quite often. I'll have people reach out to me from states away asking if I'll come there and build something similar to see if they can make it work. Although this might be good content for Spud Run Golf, I've declined every offer. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's a bad gig. There's several things I've learned along the way. The first most important thing, which I kind of touched on a minute ago, is how much of this work can you do yourself? You've either got to be real handy or real rich. There's no way we could have done even half of this if we would have had to have paid professionals to come in and work on the cabin or build on the golf course. I'm very fortunate to have the equipment, knowledge, the health, and a lot of gumption to save tons of money. You add all those up, and that's where the money savings comes in. Side story, a guy from a state up north reached out to me last year. He wanted me to come up and build pretty much an exact replica of Spud Run Golf with an Airbnb. He was more an investor type, not a hands-on type. Now I told him, bud, you could easily take your money and pay somebody to build everything top-notch, as cool as it could be. The real challenges come when the maintenance starts. It's hard to maintain a backyard golf course. It's real hard. Then throw in constant traffic from carts and guests, then the task becomes very time-consuming. What if something happens and kills the green? What if the tee boxes all go completely bare? Will the guests still come? Can you build this setup? Well, sure you can. You just need to be prepared for the challenges that come once that last nail is pounded, once you start mowing that grass, once you start doing your treatment programs. You need to be prepared for the time that it's going to take after all the fun construction is done. But hey, Spud, does it make money? I just knew you'd ask that question. The simple answer is yes. I saw the calculator rolling in your eyes. You see the B&B getting rented for $350 per night all summer long, and you say cha-ching. There's a lot more costs that are involved with a short-term rental, such as there's hotel taxes, there's B&B fees. There's a lot of fees from the top that takes money from that pot. I'm not saying it's all bad, I'm just saying there's a lot more to be aware of. I'll tell you what we'll do, like we always do. Here at the end of the season, we always do a profit and loss of Spud Run Golf. Popular video every year. Wait and watch that video and you'll see a lot more about how much we made in 2025. How much did it cost to build all this? The golf course, the B&B. Let's just say it's north of $450,000, south of maybe $650,000. And what I'll promise you to do is later in the year, we'll also make a video that goes into the deep dive of financials here at the course. That's a teaser. Let's just wait for that. The singular most popular question that we get right here through direct messages, through emails, how do we rent Spud Run Golf? In order to tell you that, we're going to go get a special guest. We're going to go find my wife, Miss Kim. She's going to help explain to you how you can rent Spud Run Golf for 2026. All right, we found Miss Kim down at the horse barn where she's always at. First thing, what's your most favorite part about the golf course? Spud Run Golf.
My favorite thing about the golf course is seeing how happy you are about the golf course.
All right, good answer. What's the least favorite part about Spud Run Golf?
Oh.
All right, next question. The folks want to know, they've been dying to know, 2026 is right around the corner. How do they book the B&B?
So that's pretty easy to book the Airbnb. First of all, you just send an email to Jeremy at spudrungolf@gmail.com. Make sure the dates that you're looking at are available at the golf course. And then it's just as simple as following to Airbnb and clicking on the link and booking the site for the dates that you want, I guess.
Yeah, so it's a kind of a two-step process. You need to email me, like she said, spudrungolf@gmail.com, requesting your dates. I'll send you the link to the Airbnb and you can kind of coexist with the schedule on that to make sure everything lines up. I will tell you, it's going to book up quick. So you got to be quick to get the golf course booked next year. How much is the Airbnb per night?
Ooh, I think it's $360 a night.
All right. So you'll see the details. We really don't do a demand type flow with the prices. You know, some people do dynamic pricing where the weekends are more, weekdays are less. Our prices pretty much stay the same. The golf course and B&B for golf is open April 1 through November 1. That is our time window. The B&B is open during the winter, the other months, but the golf course is not. How many people can the Airbnb sleep?
6. There's a master bedroom with a king bed, and then there's the second bedroom. Bedroom number 2 has 2 twin beds, and bedroom number 3 has a queen size bed downstairs, and there's 2 bathrooms. So a good size group.
And where we're at, the horse barn, for if we get like a bigger group of 8 or so, it's a wonderful place to also stay, and we'll give you details if you have a bigger group. That brings me to my next point, that next year we are maxing out the group size at 8. 8 people only. More people just causes, it's more headaches, and we've been able to do this for a couple years, and we've learned that the more people is not so much better, it's more headaches, so we're limiting the group sizes to 8 for next year. All these details can be found at spudrungolf.com. Go to the website. I'll put a link in the description to my email, to the website. It'll help you guys along. Anything you want to say, anything else you want to say for 2026?
No, just come and enjoy and have fun.
All right, now you got to
behave.
This is like the end of the video too, so you got to do the thanks. You should know what I say at the end, right?
I love my wife more than anything ever.
Thanks for
not
watching.
that.
Thanks for playing with us, Spud Run Golf.
Over and out.
All right.
Book it on VRBO if you want.
No, I don't want to say that. That's all right. That's all right. We'll do it again. Your turf treatment program's bit started. No, that's all just terrible.